cheap pack. It's game exploit.
Sorry, what was that?
I just
Sounded like you said cheap pack. How's the game I was looking at? City Skylines. Build your own city. Probably inside this anyway. Mission complete. Son of a bitch.
Is your mum gonna have a nice holiday?
Yeah. It's nice and nice.
Did they bring you back a present? Oh. Hello, mate. How you doing? Mate, I'm a broken man at the moment, Si, and we woke up this morning after about 2 hours sleep, went down, had breakfast from the fucking yokels, and then decided that I'm either going to shit myself, throw up, or what, so I wasn't too sure what was happening on that front. Then we left, and I hit the M42, I think it is, whatever it is, I don't know, fucking. And I was like, oh yeah, I was going to stop in Seaside, but then it was just like, I want to go home. And so, yeah, it took me 2.5 hours to get back, and I unloaded the van and went up, got myself something to eat, come back and crashed out, not long woken up.
What was that?
It was very, very broken. Well, I weren't drinking. I had a bit of Jon Snow, shall we say, but I had a couple of cans in the afternoon. The thing is, I could have drunk because we were only 0.9 of a miles away from where we were, out where we were,
Oh, that's weird.
and so could have theoretically walked it or, you know, DD'd, but I didn't really want to do that. But the strange thing is, it's sort of it's a lovely, lovely area, but they're just fucking weird ass people, man. And I was
That kind of area in Gloucester where most of the Welsh are completely English.
well,
Their accents are different.
well, it's really weird because you drove through Wales and you know we literally come off the other side of the bridge. Then we drove through Wales, then back into England, and when all the signposts and everything all around there are all in Welsh and Christ knows what. And I was, yeah, don't get me wrong, they were friendly enough, but I don't think they'd seen many tattooed people who, you know, and I don't know, it's just, oh yeah, but it's just a bit of a strange little place. And as I said in the text, that pub was like proper fucking Hot Fuzz. And we actually looked up online, and Hot Fuzz was filmed 20 miles away from where we were.
Sweet. It's in Wells. The supermarket is actually in the centre of Wells.
Wells, Somerset, yeah. I know it wasn't too far away. Harry looked it up.
I've driven through it multiple times. It's only one on my radar sort of actually see it. But yeah, like we haven't actually seen the film yet. And I want to go back to it.
Yeah, I was just
Skip this.
busy all weekend really, and I was just fucked because where I set up on the Friday, I left my gear out, right? And well, we turned up and I was expecting a barn, what I thought would, you know, it was a proper barn, right? And this Puzzlewood, if you look it up, it's been used by all a lot of film companies. Star Wars was filmed in there, The Hobbit was filmed there, and all these other places. So I didn't realise this fucking barn, or this place where we were, is obviously quite a posh place, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I turned up there thinking, oh, that'd be nice. It'd be a nice proper barn with, you know. No, the Friday night we were there, I set up and it was a proper old school open barn. I had to sweep hay and shit out of the way of where I was setting up because it was a fucking like this. Anyway, much to my disgust. And on the Friday night, we were talking to this bloke who turns out he was the former owner of Puzzlewood. His great grandfather actually planted and grew Puzzlewood. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was quite nice talking to him. And it also turns out we sat there and he goes, oh, you know, where are you setting up? I said, we're at the Puzzlewood. And he goes, oh. He said, are you in the barn? I said, yes, mate. He said, oh, we used to do all our AOing in there. And I sort of like, what? Looked at Harry, and me and Harry just stood there like looking with this glaze. Oh, he said, sorry, mate, you're doing what? AOing? I'm like, no, mate, sorry, I don't have a fucking clue what you're on about. Artificial insemination. I'm like, really? So they used to stab cows up the bum with a turkey baster in the place where my mates got married, and I'm performing in? Mate, that's an all-time fucking high. I was like, fuck's sake. But this is a weird thing, right? It's quite a well, it is a very rural area. We were getting sound complaints at 11 o'clock from people probably, I estimate, about 5 miles away. I took a fair sized rig. I left two speakers in the back of the van. I only used four because obviously the size of the venue. However, yeah, I was obviously pissed off someone somewhere because apparently the police were going to get called and it was all kicking off and it was just like, it's 11 o'clock at night, it's a wedding, you know? But, yeah, it was interesting, but it was just so strange. And we were in the pub Friday night and Harry and I had a few, must admit we did have a few, we had a few at the actual, at the venue because I took a bottle of Jack up with us and we were I was sipping that while I was setting up. But I actually packed down about, what time did I pack down? Probably 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I was just fucked, absolutely fucked. I woke up this morning like an old man because Harry was supposed to help me, but he got himself so fucking paralytically drunk. He just I was packing the flight cases up, and I heard this, and I'm like, Harry, have you just been sick? And I went out there, and he's going, proper throwing up everywhere. And I'm like, cheers, mate. And all we kept, and we're actually going to get it done now. All we kept on saying all weekend is for the greater good. So we're actually going to get it tattooed on us now as a thing for Megan's wedding. The greater good was going to be, and we just kept on referring to fucking people out of Hot Fuzz. So I said to him, I want to find a lurch. We didn't find a lurch. We were in, now that's it. We were in Friday night. We went into Colford and we had a beer in this dodgy old pub in Colford, and then we stopped off in a kebab shop, Colford Charcoal Grill, I think it is, whatever it is. Anyway, we were in there, and this scatty little cunt comes fucking in there, and he goes, he's asking all this kebabs and all this stuff. He goes, will this kebab, will this affect my insurance claim? And we're like, what? And he was like, yeah, will it affect my insurance claim? And we were like, mate, it's a fucking kebab. And he was just off his nut on, well, I think he had mental health issues, but he was just off his nut on something else as well. Well, the strange thing is, I got chatting to the girl, one of the bar girls, on Friday night, as I do, trying to, see what the talent's like. And this girl was from Hereford, and I was like, oh, I know Hereford very well. And yeah, I said, I know Hereford very well. And she was like, oh, do you? How do you know? I explained other bits and pieces. And she was, oh, right. And she said they're called Foresters or something. They're all called Foresters, and they're all the weird ones. And I was like, well, darling, this dude weren't all there in his head. And she goes, oh, it's funny talking to you. So I said, what's that? She goes, well, you sound like someone out of EastEnders. And I'm like, really? Please? I was like, oh, yeah, I was like, no, sort yourself out, love. It's quite funny. She goes, well, where are you lot from? It's just like South Coast and London. And she was like, oh, I like talking to you like this. And then my mate Harry was there, and he got absolutely owned by these two women at the bar about an avocado. Oh, it was just the funniest thing in the world. Harry's a vegan, and to look at him, you would never thought he was a vegan. But he is, and he's doing that through choice and things. And these two women were talking about having an avocado and how they've never really used it or never really know what they're doing with it. And he was like, oh, you need to do this, being a usual friendly self. Anyway, before you know it, these two women were just ripping him a new arsehole over an avocado. It was the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen him or heard in my life. It was just hilarious. And he just like, he didn't want to kick off or anything. He was like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, well, you take it and you laugh. And he was like, yeah, but I don't really. Yeah. And this little cleaner bird who was running around. So I said to her jokingly, I said when we left on Saturday morning, she was literally outside the front of our door with this ironing board doing ironing, and I said, I've got a couple of shirts in there, can you do them for us? And she was like, really? And I'm like, well, if you want to do some shirts for me, darling, I've got a couple there, we're doing a wedding later. And she goes, leave them there then, like this. she kept on repeating herself, and it was just like, right, okay. So we sort of, I said, alright, fucking job done. So I left my shirt there, and she actually ironed my shirt for me. I was like, happy days. It was just funny, just the whole.
They really aren't all there on that side of the border. They are fucking shot for shit.
It was a bit weird. But nice enough peoples, and
oh yeah,
just
absolutely harmless, but they got something wrong with me. Wired up like not one.
They were just and the funniest thing, right, we were at this hotel. It's called the Miners Country Inn, I think it was called. fucking £75 a night fucking hotel, which I didn't realise was that expensive, and it was rather pissed me off. And I said to her, as soon as we got there, she said, "Oh, you know, are you having breakfast?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "I've got one vegan with me." And she goes, "Oh, okay, I'll have to check like this." And I said, "Well, make sure you got stuff on there for the vegan breakfast." She was like, "Yeah, right, no problem." Anyway, we went down for breakfast on Saturday morning. Oh, mate, a vegan breakfast was a mushroom, as in probably about 3 inches wide, up grilled, half a tomato, and about a dozen baked beans,
Yep. That does not surprise me.
and that was it. And it was just the funniest
It's not
thing.
bad.
And sort of Harry's face was just a picture because he loves his food, like, you know. And we thought we're gonna have we've got a wedding a day. We've got a full long day ahead of us. It's a hog roast meal in the evening as well. But he had they supplied him with stuff because they knew he was coming. But yeah, we turned up there and it was all this real fancy fucking old spot pig sausages and Hereford butter and some posh ass country ass bacon. And I said to her, I said, "Fuck me," and this woman sort of overheard us who was serving us. I said, "Fuck me, Harry, I just want a fucking greasy spoon, mate, like this." And we both like, "Yeah, you're talking about the one that we go to in Portsmouth and Little Solent." And she goes, "Oh, is our breakfast not like your Southerners ones then?" And I was like, "Well, darling, not being funny, we would eat both of that. We'd eat that about 5 times, and it still won't touch the size like this." And she goes, "Oh, really? Oh, you do like your food down there like this?" And I'm like, "Darling, look at the size of it. Harry's a big dude, and hell, I'm a big dude." And we just sat there. Talk about out of place. We walked in the pub Friday night. It was quite, well, I say busy. There was probably about 30 people in there. And we walked up and fucking, you know, after setting up, so we were both quite hot and sweaty and covered in crap and hay and horse manure and tattoos and bad attitudes, and we would just walk through this door, and I shit you not, you could have heard a fucking pin drop. It was just like, poof. And we went to the bar and said, "Oh, you know, we've got a room for the night." "Oh, what name's it under?" And I told her my name. I said, "No, we've got nothing under there." I said, "Well, it was a bride who's booked it. Try under there, Megan." "Megan? Oh, you're Megan." I said, "Darling, do I look like a fucking geezer called Megan like this?" And she goes, "Oh, I got your room for you sorted." Anyway, they gave me a double, even though I asked for a twin. They gave me a fucking double, so me and Harry had to fucking share.
Out.
Oh, mate, it was just funny as fuck. It was just one thing after another, and then we got in. What time did I get in? I think I got in about 2:15, and obviously Harry's quite drunk and he's trying to be quiet, but you know what it's like when you try and be quiet, you make more noise than anything. And it was just, I think we might have woke the chef up this morning because he weren't too happy with us when we fucking went down and checked in. Harry didn't even make it for breakfast. I went down and had my fucking breakfast and a cup of coffee. I sat there with my iPad on my fucking thing, on my Jack Jones, having my breakfast with my iPad on, watching YouTube.
Yeah, I've got a similar sort of thing to contend with at the moment because my mate Pete has just moved over there. Well, not there, but he's South Wales and in Caldicot. And yeah, their local pub is literally in the centre of a square with a bit in the middle and all that sort of stuff. It's fucking mental. They're all very close knit. They're probably all part of the same family. Yeah. Well, the barmaid thought I was posh. Because I don't speak like that. Some of those over the other side of the water.
Oh, that was the other thing.
You got like those fucking Welsh people either.
Because when we got there, we put in all stuff on the jukebox, and Harry being Harry, when he gets drunk, he turns into a bit of a cunt. And anyway, he put fucking ABBA on the jukebox, right? And I'm like, "Harry, you fucking cunt," like this really loud. And again, everyone sort of turned around and looked at us. And it was so funny because I said to him, I said, mate, why the fuck did you do that? People are going to think we're a fucking couple of benders like this. And he had a laugh, and then he said, oh, I'll put some other stuff on then. So I was like, right, okay. So I slung him another couple of quid, and he goes and puts on the Clash London Calling, which is, you know, I'm happy with that. I'm fucking there docking away. And then he puts on Metallica, and puts on these other bits in this pub. And it was just so funny. We just sat there, and these strange people, I think it was fucking Wurzels were probably playing or something when we walked in there. Fucking. And then, what else did he put on? He put on another weird track which sort of got a few raised eyebrows. I can't remember, I think it might have been Kasabian or something like that. But he sat there and he was giggling away to himself. And I'm, what are you fucking laughing at? Oh, you'll find out in a minute. Oh, you wanker. And fucking ABBA comes on, and then Blondie. And I'm like, oh, please don't everyone fucking think we're a fucking couple of benders, you know what I mean? And it's like, fucking hell.
Well, the one that used to do it in an old pub I used to go into, they had little Louis French kiss on.
Oh, God.
That turned a few heads. The thing is, I used to put it on just before we were leaving as well, so they'd have to sit through it all.
I just,
And it was a full club mix as well, so yeah.
it was quite funny because we got there, and this little barmaid, you have to fill out this little booklet thing with your car details and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, Harry, what's my fucking registration of my car? And I don't know, you know, off my van. And he was like, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, what is it? And in the end, she goes, oh, you got the black one? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, just write black van down, my love. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cheers, darling. And she was like, arms. It was just, it was more because Harry's got a black arm. Literally, he's blacked his arm out,
Yeah.
and we were stood at the bar getting the beer and that, and this one bloke you could see was trying to look, but not look, and
Yeah.
the barmaid was fascinated with my arm because obviously it's got my granddad on, and she goes, oh, you know, she actually piped up and said, "Who's that then? Who's that then?" Like this, thinking it was someone famous. Is that Clark Gable bloke? It's all over. And I was like, no, it's my granddad. Oh, a Lamson chap like this, and it was just proper old school country, and it was just funny because I've
Yeah.
never really, not that
Yeah.
dark and deep, so to speak. And I say,
There's a lot of that around here.
and all Harry and I kept on saying was for the greater good, the greater good, like this. And it was fucking hilarious.
Crusty juggers.
Yeah, it was just hilarious the way that these people obviously, because Jez and that were in another hotel about 4 miles away, and we would have. I understand why she split us up because I think we would have killed the village if they would have found us all together in the same place. Yeah, it was just funny.
Keeping with the village's rustic aesthetic.
Yeah. I am gonna have to watch Hot Fuzz again. I think just to fucking. I might watch that tonight or tomorrow.
Well, I went round to drop Chloe off, and that's what she had on the telly.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, on Saturday. I went over there, dropping her off, and it's like, I'm watching Hot Fuzz at the moment. I was like, fuck it, I'm getting some crisps and shit then.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. And so I wanted to find a lurch just for yarp, but we couldn't find one. Wig, you have to watch Hot Fuzz. You'd like it. It's funny.
You ever shot your gun in the air and gone, ah?
Yeah. Have you seen Shaun of the Dead? Wig. Oh.
God.
I don't watch movies, man.
No, Shaun that Hot Fuzz you'll find funny.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz is piss your pants funny. Shaun of the Dead, there's bits of it if you're not into that sort of thing that you will find.
Like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Got the apocalypse and they do.
God, fuck man.
What?
How drunk were you?
What?
Send me a random picture of a naked girl in a weird position.
Oh yeah, that was just something I thought of your mum. I thought you might like that position. I did.
Wouldn't know what I say.
I'm sure you've been putting it before. Why can't I cut that tree down?
I just folded a guy up. Literally. Just in half. It's not out yet. Yep. Well, the 1.8 isn't out yet. But that's going to bring a hell of a lot of changes. To the point where there's an update to the road mechanic in the Dark Zone. So much that, yep. Then you have to choose to become road. Well, there's also the fact that you shouldn't be able to extract any gear whilst you're a rogue. Well, at the moment you can. So you can literally go in, gank someone for all their gear whilst the helicopter's there, and then put it straight on the fucking road.
What are you changing that as well?
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming they would.
Okay.
Because that really does take the piss. Because obviously, if you've gone rogue, you've disadvantaged the vision. So why would the guy in the helicopter be helping you out?
Yeah.
Because you've gone against their protocol. The current new gear that's in the classified gear sets.
That's really good. The new skirmish mode, whatever it is, I think, or is it Deathmatch week?
Yeah, it's not really my sort of thing. But it does mean it gets most of the knobheads out of the Dark Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
That game's lost it for me. I won't be buying that one again. Especially after the hours that I put into it just to get fucking gear back anyway. You gotta admit, Si, you never used to get a fucking anything out of that fucking game. I think I had one gun which was half decent and that was it. Even then I managed to fuck that up somehow on a reroll because I didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't like the game very much. It's not my thing. I tried. That's why I said to you about Destiny. I thought that would have been right up your street with the collecting shit and the building shit.
Like I say, it's all about the boots on the ground sort of thing. I'll be asked for all that fucking jumping about nonsense. Why the fuck can't I go in there? I've got a couple of builds on this now on the different characters. On my primary one, I've got an electronics build that will do 1.3 million damage on the sticky bomb.
Wow.
15-second cooldown. Literally every 15 seconds I can take out a whole gang of enemies. Quite a ridiculous power.
The game's probably like nearly 100 gig now, I imagine.
Actually, that's good. 57. GTA 66.
Yeah.
That's with a fresh install recently as well. So I've deleted it off to do a glitch and then reinstalled it. Do some legitimate gameplay and then reinstall it.
Is there a new money glitch on it yet?
No, nothing that doesn't involve duplicated vehicles, which for me is fucking useless. I'm still on a single fucking drop per day. Despite the fact that I've completely emptied out the my second character of basically every single duplicated car. I've only got brand spanking new allergies in there now. Every car that's in there is completely brand new, legit. I'll have to go through all the ones I've got in my primary, see what's in there. I've got a feeling it's probably one of the McLaren that's ticking it off. Duke them is coming up with them as when I go to sell them, it says you can't sell anything above 50 grand. Probably those. Yeah. And we're going to have to explode them and then overwrite them with energies. Well, my primary one, I haven't got any duplicated energies in that one. I've only got one legit one. But pretty much every garage is full. What I'm going to do is just go through all the ones I've got a couple of. Just delete explode it, overwrite it with a brand new LED. Stop. Couple of design cues on that look kind of confusing. Might carry on the theme from the Escort.
Oh, good. Yeah, the next one you need, yeah.
The Dvorsky GT is the Rapid GT Classic.
Yeah. It's quite a lot of things to it as well. It's pretty cool. The electric car now, which probably
It's the one that Hammond crashed.
yeah.
Hey, chicken chicks. Chickens. Chicken chicks.
196.5 million. Back in the day when we used to struggle for money in this game. Yeah. Those days are gone. Just on a massive sat there giggling at me.
Oh, big old chicken.
Golden turkey, that is. Of course, up that way is all pheasants as well.
Oh,
Big bastard chickens stand in the middle of the road as you're coming towards them. Just do not move.
Week. Put my stream on and look at my cock.
Literally just said that. There's moon hanging around there as well.
And look, I've got a black cock.
Wait, have you been streaming the whole time, like, you had that conversation about when you were in Wales?
Yeah.
Yarp. Turning into a fucking ostrich.
Nice.
I kind of got the feeling this guy really likes this truck.
Is he licking it?
No.
Oh. Yeah. Hard rock, it's nice.
Well, let me know 'cause if it's something that I've got, then we can jump on with you. Rocket League? Right, can't empty it there. Rocket League.